Hello, this is Bandit, and welcome back to the Variety Cup. Today, all being well, we should be running two quarter-final games today, or two quarter-final sets. We've got Bright Spark versus Naga, and we've got SilverTongue versus GamesGod. I know Promi for Naga has. We've done a draft, and I know Promi has submitted his civs on to Leaf to lock them in. I haven't had those passed on just yet, so we'll start with SilverTongue versus GamesGod because I've got what I need from them, and then we'll go back to Bright Spark versus Naga. Depending on how long the stream goes on for. So we'll see. I'm aiming to get them all done today. So let's have a look at what SilverTongue and GamesGod did for their draft. So let's shuffle this along. Okay. So the draft, I think, came across as quite strategic in that people were changing around their bands this time around. So I'll record those on the brackets so you can see the difference. But in this set, Rorik SilverTongue Scripter ended up banning Rivers, actually. So Rivers got banned initially. GamesGod banned Michi. And then following on from that, Baltic got rolled with a 3v3 as the Game 5 decider. So if these end up matching for 2-2, Baltic is going to be the final game. And in terms of the two selections of maps, so the remaining 6 maps get split 3x3 for each scripter. We've got for Rorik and SilverTongue, we had Team Islands, Arena, and Yucatan. And Rorik decided to go for Arena as first pick and Team Islands as second, getting rid of Yucatan. And GamesGod had Land Nomad, Fortify Clearing, and Arabia. And he decided to go for Land Nomad as favourite, Fortify Clearing as second favourite, and removing Arabia from that set. So then we had Rorik selecting the map sizes for each of these. So I selected 2v2 for Land Nomad, 3v3 for Fortify Clearing, and GamesGod replied with Go Random for the other two team sizes. So they were rolled, and we had a 3v3 for Arena and a 4v4 for Team Islands. With GamesGod civs for all of these, for every game, GamesGod has said, always go random. I did ask again and said, if you want anything other than random, get back to me today. He hasn't replied to that message. And for every other game, he said, always go random. So I'm quite comfortable with rolling random civs for GamesGod because that's what he's done before. So what we need to do to kick this set off is we need to roll to see which map we begin with. Do we begin with Arena or do we begin with Land Nomad? So let's go ahead and have a look. So here we should have we've got GamesGod and SilverTongue several times on this wheel. If we end up with SilverTongue on here, we'll start with Arena. And if we roll GamesGod, we will start with Land Nomad. Let's go. We will be starting this set with Land Nomad. Okay. And let's get set up. While we're here, So Land Nomad is going to be a 2v2. I've got Rorik civs already. We need to roll the civs for GamesGod, so we may as well switch over to our civ selector here, and we will roll 2 civs on here to see what we get for Land Nomad. Ethiopians. We'll remove that from the list. I'll give this a shuffle as well, just so it's not necessarily in alphabetical order. Not that it matters with this one. Ooh, okay. Ethiopians and Cumans, so potential for 2 TCs here in Feud of Age on Land Nomad. That could potentially work well. Again, we'll remove that from the set for future rolls, and let's set up the game. I had tried to be organised, and I initially got set up for a Bright Spark versus Naga game, but we'll change that out. And we'll switch view for you as well, so you can actually see what's going on. Hopefully the game view will come up there. There we go. This is Land Nomad 2v2, 4 players. We need to switch out to SilverTongue and GamesGod. We just had our 2 picks for GamesGod, so that was Ethiopians and the Cumans. And looking at Rorik's civ picks here, for Land Nomad, we have the Huns along with the Vietnamese. So we've got a horse that we'll explore, and we've got the bonus here of being able to see our opponent's TC. So SilverTongue got his scouting all sorted out, it seems, from the get-go. I'm assuming that's why those civs were picked. Very nice. And I believe that is everything set up. Game speed fast, that's all okay. And it's Land Nomad, not Nomad. I've been testing on that recently. All good, let's go. SilverTongue versus GamesGod. And just switching to capture age for you. As we can see, SilverTongue immediately TC down. I think Huns are, was it like 60% win rate on Land Nomad for for human games? Something ridiculous like that. Ooh. Okay, interesting. So we've got 3 TCs very close, and then this guy's got all the space in the world. So potentially a nice run there for GamesGod. But yeah, we're going to have superior scouting, I would expect, from the Huns and the Vietnamese being able to just identify the opponent straight away is going to be good. Yeah, I had the same issue with Bright Spark with the scouting. It normally scouts for flanks, and it had real problems since the recent update in being able to find opponents. But that is going to be fixed for next round. So at the moment, I'm just following this horse. Ooh, okay. The Exodus. So were they just slow? Or were they rogue scouts, as in was it trying to do goat scouting and then just going towards the end of the map? Oh, very nice. Oh, wow. Okay, so we've got a ball block here, but also that's actually worked out in GamesGod's favour. So the ball's stopping the villagers from being able to take away those goats. I'm also going to change the names here. I realise I've left those running. So let's change that there. Cool. Let's send them to the far corner for now, but at the moment they seem safe. Our horses are so good. Such a good bonus. How's Red GamesGod doing? So I've been trying to weigh up with Landomad whether it's better to spend the extra few seconds finding a good TC location, or whether it's better to just dump it at the moment you start the game and hope that you find resources around. The argument being, if you take too long getting your TC down, you're actually a number of villagers behind. And even if you just started making farms or something earlier, then they might be better off. And we're seeing here with the Vilcan, actually, we're quite even. So GamesGod took a little bit longer to find one of its TCs, but actually it worked out all right for him. We've got farms going out for SilverTongue. Got nice food over here as well. So actually, yeah, dumping it down straight away worked really well. Hello. Spot the imposter. Now, if this was Definitive Edition AI, these villagers would have instantly garrisoned and shot that villager dead. Because the Extreme AI suffers no fools. But SilverTongue has been peaceful. GamesGod switching over to wood over here, looking quite low on food. So actually, going to be quite far away from clicking feudal. It looks like the Huns, not surprising really, are the closest to clicking feudal age. Green, long distance hunting deer, but the food will come in. They are still producing villagers. So there's a build here, Fast Castle. So at least you're getting this done soon, right? If you get this done early, it means you don't have to do all of this in feudal age. Your eco's set up. So it is going to be a slow crawl to feudal age here. We'll just click fast forward here a little bit because I paused it while we were doing the letters along the top. More corner scouting. But tell you what, this horse has found a lot of food. It's done really well there. There's a lot of space, and yeah, there's a lot of space, and we're not using much of it. I'm also worried a bit about more so GamesGod actually here. So town size will increase as you age up, but there's going to be a point where this will, oh, not this, this is the TC radius, but town size probably already is overlapping the boundaries of the map. So GamesGod may run out of build space, potentially this SilverTongue here as well. We have our first feudal age from Red, actually. So all those farms did pay off. And the GamesGod Tower, it begins. Militia, okay. And I still didn't find these goats over here. Oh, and he's moving out already. He's not even gathering the numbers. Just send them out. He might intercept some of these goats on their way back. So that might also help. Men-at-arms upgrade. Wow. Ethiopian build. But you know what? This might do the job. Is he going to find them? Is he? One of them gets converted. Okay. There's more on the way. So they're not attacking then. It looks like actually that man-at-arms is just a scout. Green's struggling for food, but it is building farms. It's very much expanding on its farms. It should produce more food than it's using up. Yellow's actually got a problem. Yellow trying to garrison here. So that trick I mentioned earlier, it looks like that one villager triggered all of these villagers to garrison and actually was just on the outskirts and survived getting shot. Blue's ready to go castle. Like, needs the buildings. We've got a stable. Going for stone. Do we have a blacksmith? We have a blacksmith. There we go. Castle age. Yellow bugged. I think this is building space, right? This is building the TC on the outskirts of the map. Being surrounded. And because it's trying to place a building already, has no room to do anything, but red might clear up some space. Men-at-arms coming in. These lumberjacks are in trouble. But blue is needed at Castle Age. This is tragic to see. I think we saw something similar to this in Fen Crazy. I think one of the GamesGods bugged out and didn't get its buildings up. It did eventually, but it took a very long time. I mean, what would it be trying to build? I guess a barracks? It's not building a lumber camp. The forest is too close to the TC. That's what's going on, I think. So there's probably a trigger of minimum drop site. But here we go. GamesGod has a military lead. One red taking on these, but we've got two SilverTongues. Well, past feudal age now, right? We've got knights in here. What's tragic here as well is yellow's clearly idling to try and go up to feudal age. It will skyrocket to Wimp once it goes up. But at the moment it's looking pretty one-sided. We've got knights coming down here. Blueville did get eventually sniped. More of them coming around this way. SilverTongue, this is a way to throw if you send them all down here. And again, we got a 19 Vil cap, so he's going to go up to 19, and then he's going to stop Vil production. Unless he loses another Vil. There we go, he's stopped again. So GamesGod's hope is to chop enough wood that it then thinks the wood's far enough away that it's worth building a lumber camp. We can flag that with GamesGod. That should be an easy fix. Meanwhile, we got archers. GamesGod switching into skirms. Doesn't have much of a military left. Losing men-at-arms to TC fire, but we've also got knights here as well, so they won't be much use there. Green doing a very nice job, actually, of defending this. So much res. Monks? Are these just to gather the relics quickly? Or are we seeing... Yeah, we are just gathering the relics quickly, I think. Tap on the head from the scout, and he goes down. Monk's waiting. Knocking at the door. Not converting yet. Oh, interesting. Don't get a faith bar on here either on Capture Age, it seems. Wonder what he's doing. More towers from GamesGod. Of course. Did yellow finally get its... It built a barracks. Wow, what caused it to do that? That's a really weird timing for it. I'd be really interested to know what rule triggered that. Build a barracks after 20 minutes? Yellow is up. Yellow's on 15 vills though. So there's a problem there. These archers are avoiding the tower. They're a little scared of it. GamesGod knows what he's doing here. He's keeping them at bay. Ooh, that's a cheeky town centre, and nice hunt nearby as well. Blue seems to be taking its time. I think Blue, now switching into TCs, is focusing its food on villagers. So actually its night count is going to stay somewhat manageable. But Yellow hasn't aged up in time. And it's not producing anything. Yeah, building space is a real problem. But there's always space for a watchtower. Yellow's can't be pop capped because it's only got 18. Monk will go down. But it is producing more vills at least. Or it's attempting to. This isn't going to do anything. So yeah, I think it's just a building space, unfortunately. Skirm's wandering into the TC. But Red is going Castle Age. So Red might make some rams of its own. We've got triple archery range archers being made here by Green. So even though these archers are being kind of held back, they are massing. And they are going to become crossbows. Really nice timing as usual from SilverTongue here. Oh, and they're closing Yellow in. With another TC here. Blue's putting an X on Yellow here. Blue's saying Yellow's done. Green's putting an X there as well and goes, I agree. Red's too dangerous with those towers. Does the monk make it home? No, he does not. Skirms are moving out. They will idle a little bit here. But... And this is a weird farm thing that you pointed out, Roik. It's on the edges of the maximum town size, so it's being built towards the outside of that TC. I was going to say, crossbows should be at a point now where they can range a TC. They've got Bodkin, I believe. So we should see the TC go down shortly. I say shortly, it'll take a little while, but as in concentrated fire on the TC. They will target it down. In the meanwhile, we've got Elite Skirm now. And there's not enough villagers in this TC to cause any damage to those skirms. Another interesting TC placement. No rams from green or blue yet. So those towers will still do the job for red. We've got knights being produced for red now though. We have everything being produced by red. We've got knights, we've got camels, we've got archers, pikes, a monk in there for good measure. So a bit of an everything army from GamesGod. Red is getting strong, but is it strong enough for a 2v1? It's hanging on in terms of vills. I'd also say a lot of these units are skirms, so they're trash, whereas we've got a lot of gold units here. They're long distance mining. Oh, and the ram comes in now. And I think ultimately it's been... There's not much to say other than it's been a terrible start for GamesGod, I think. Yellow's placement here, just very unfortunate. Some DUC, I know GamesGod can use DUC. Some deliberate placement, I think, to just be a bit more towards the centre is needed there. Just so it's got the building space. But solid performance here from SilverTongue. This wasn't Rorik's map either. We're on GamesGod's map to begin with, so very strong start. Triple TC producing here for green. Still a bit of a food issue for blue, but I think he's buying the food now. Oh, okay. GamesGod is, bless him, is slinging resources to yellow. Was trying to send in resources to build a new TC. We got a mixture of units here, and this is now actually a 2v1. Yellow has resigned, but who will face the army of towers? I mean, those 3 rams will probably do quite nicely. Knights coming in to defend. Good defense here from GamesGod. The tower does go down anyway, unfortunately, but those rams will be taken out. But while this is happening, we've got skirms here who are keeping some of the villagers busy, which is good. Good micro there as well. I think leaning into Rarebaum style of ranged units there. Hopefully Red has stopped slinging now its ally's dead. Which I haven't seen any slinging rules here, which is good. But we've got not too bad on the village counts, actually. These skirms have actually done a really good job against blue, keeping him idle, taking him off food, so making him not make use of those TCs. Wow, the disrespect! SilverTongue. I do like the architecture of that castle though. It's really good. Yeah, the disrespect, unbelievable. Red is trying to push here. We've got some good counters, some stuttering skirms, but they will attack. Knights coming in, they will dive. And default targeting here, of course the units all go for the skirms over the knights. No more engine targeting there, not Rorik's fault on that one. And unfortunately, you can micro all you want. Unless you're maybe Hera, you don't win that fight. But we still have a couple of these elite skirms just being a nuisance. I tell you what, a mangonel would be quite nice here, wouldn't it? The towers have gone down, so what's been really good here is that SilverTongue has kept all of these units alive. So we've just got a nice mass here. And with the skirmishes out of range, actually these knights should get targeted, and they'll go down quick. Good death ball of crossbows here. Fortifying. I mean, they've just expanded into Yellow's area, haven't they? Red's still expanding nicely. I mean, considering it's a 2v1, Red's not doing too bad. 80 vils compared to 136. I mean, the military is really struggling here at the moment, but those aren't including all the towers. And they're guard towers now, so they should give these crossbows a hard time. The knights need to prioritise these rams. You prioritise the rams, you can keep the crossbows at bay, but if you let those rams through... And they are switching to it, that's good. That's a lot of crossbows and they're still coming. I like here that SilverTongue hasn't rushed Imp. It says press the advantage, kept producing units. It's really not giving GamesGod a look in. Like, even if GamesGod were to produce a military now, like, SilverTongue already has the advantage. It's just got to hold it. Ballistics. Apparently, wow, that is annoying then. I was going to say, green has ballistics. That villager was just doing a good job of dodging. Castle going up. I don't know what the cancellation percentage that GamesGod has set, but given that SilverTongue is retreating slightly, it may go up. Over 25%. If he's left it at default, it could get to 99% and just get cancelled. Oh, but they're focusing on the range. Now he's going to try and force that castle down, but that castle's not going up. He cancels at the right time. Unfortunate, but I think probably the right call. Needs to build it a bit further back. Lost half of his res though for that, it seems. What's blue doing? Blue seems to be slacking off here. Okay, he's on the edges. Feudal age units, though. And yeah, the guard towers are coming down, and they're getting within the range of the TC. And GamesGod's eco is idling over here, so we've still got wood being produced here, but the food has ground to a halt, so we're going to see this army not recover as quickly. Yeah, GamesGod uses split formation, I think, similar to what Definitive Edition AI does. Green does click imp. It's pop capped. It's the right time for it. It's got the resource to spare. Look at that. And the rams come in. So once this tower goes down, maybe this tower as well, they get a surround on these vills. The wood stops. That means the farms stop. We have got all the military being garrisoned in here. I do like that from GamesGod. It has snuck up on Bright Spark a couple of times. A bit of Sting might bring blue into play. Yeah. I think at this point though, it's potentially going to be a long night. I'm going to fast forward this because GamesGod is done. Arbalest. There it is. Imperial Skirm. There we go, the sling is happening now. And suddenly blue's production goes right up. What's going to 0.0? Nothing as far as I can see. There were scouts going that way, I believe. GamesGod. I can still win. I just need a TC. Okay, what I'm interested in here is what was Blue doing? Because it went to Castle Age, produced a few knights, and then it just kind of got stuck. I mean, it did get slung in the end. Maybe it just didn't have enough farms. There's a bit of space invasion going on here by green, so maybe that didn't help. But you're building mills in the right places. I just feel like blue... I don't know, just... I mean, we'll look at the stats and find out, but... yeah, I feel like blue stalled in Castle Age for some reason, and thankfully green was able to take the win. But you can see here, Castle Age, we got a little bit of military. It drops a bit. These are the skirms, I believe, from GamesGod, being a nuisance. And green, of course, expanding quite rapidly. But yeah, you can see the eco just suddenly drops. Be interested to see what... I don't have the pro version to rewind it, but I'd be interested to see what happened with blue there, because something... Maybe it ran into a tower or something, or TC. Yeah, potentially the food problem there, but also you can see the population dropping. So something something dropped it by like 20 vils. But green did a solid job there. Very nice. Military count. I mean, green was solid. Hats off to red. A bit of initial pressure, but unfortunately it was 2v1 from the start. So had yellow been in the game, that could have been a different story. It could have been a much closer game. But SilverTongue took the advantage. A little bit of trade there. Got the relics. And yeah, Hunters were incredible, like amazing start. Scooped up a load of the sheep. Great work with the Hunnic horse. I don't know if that was default scouting or whether you were doing any DUC, but it did really good job there. You can tell the difference there with the uptimes. Very nice. What's the eco I was looking at here? And yeah, you can see that blue just drops off a little bit compared to the others, and then yellow just flatlines. Okay, so game one done. Victory to SilverTongue, which means we play on GamesGod's second map. The second map being Fortified Clearing. It's a 3v3. Okay, it was just a strategic number. Wow. So it's just default scouting that that horse did. It's great. Let's go ahead and roll GamesGod civs for this set. And I've been hearing some beeps of Discord, so I believe maybe Promise civ picks have gone in. And they have indeed. Armenians for GamesGod. This is a 3v3, so we've got Armenians on the flank for Fortified Clearing. Mongols, okay. Nice. Mongols as pocket too. Potentially a really aggressive fast castle. We've seen from Mangadai just how deadly they can be. And Burmese as the other flank. I actually like those rolls. Yeah, good pocket civs and good flank. Sorry, good flank civs and good pocket. Let's go ahead and set up that game. So I've also got civ picks from Rorik for SilverTongue. 45 clearing. There we go. 3v3. Also worth mentioning here that GamesGod didn't get an update in as far as I'm aware. I did re-download all the latest, but I didn't see any updates from GamesGod for this round, so it should be the same version that was in the group stage. So GamesGod civs there. Again, just going back to double check. It was Armenians, Mongols, and Burmese. Having a mind blank. Mongols, there you are. Burmese. GamesGod likes relics. He'll have full visibility of them, so that's particularly nice for him. And he doesn't have to decide where TC will go, so that will also help. Looking back at Rorik's picks for this, we've got Vikings on the flank. We have Franks as pocket. And we've got Malay on the other side. I'd be interested to see the Malay build, because you have to do a little bit of adaptation to make sure you have the resources when you age up. Otherwise, you kind of stall a bit in feudal age. So we'll see how that goes. But should be a nice path to castle. We're all set. Let's go. Taking a little time to load. Sometimes these newer maps do. I don't know whether it's a new part of random map scripting. But I found it a couple of times with 45 clearing. SilverTongue is like, give me the food. Do it. So eat those straight away. Let's go ahead and change our screen here. SilverTongue. Not that it's going to show the score, but there we go. I'll fast forward this a little bit. All right. Yeah, I really like the mix of civs for this set. We've got SilverTongue here at the moment. Vikings wasted a bit of food by attacking those straight away. But, oh. And this is messy ball law. No dead vills yet. Oh, this is horrible. But it goes down. No one died to eat that elephant, but many were injured. A couple of injuries over here, but nothing too bad. Let's also check out our scouting here. Okay, so missing these at the moment. Scouts wandering off, but I think those villagers will pick that up eventually. They've got enough food for now. I'm not too worried about that. And the deer have been found if any deer pushing happens. Hello, Abicomer. SilverTongue having a strong start at the moment. Land Nomad, I think, is probably the most rocky of the maps, right? For it really swinging one way or the other. At least with a starting TC, it's a bit more stable. And less injured vills this time around as well. So yeah, just a horrible law for Vikings, but those villagers will recover. GamesGod in the meantime. Making use of mule carts, very nice. Pushing in deer as well, also very nice. But it looks like he had a bit of idle time. Didn't research loom, but is down one villager. So that's been idled. Potentially because they were a bit late getting the elephant. I'm not sure. They are catching up. A bit of idle from Cyan as well. But Cyan has researched loom, as has Blue. So less of an issue there. But GamesGod refusing to research loom despite not having the resource. But we have our first feudal age click. And it's with the Mongols. The extra gathering rate of hunt will have been helpful there, and we've been pushing those deer in. Also, looks like it's 18 vills, so he's idled, I think, to potentially do that. But it means he's got no intention of fast castling. I think that is straight up feudal, so potentially we'll see... Well, I would expect to see scouts, but this is GamesGod. I don't think even GamesGod the scripter knows what GamesGod AI is going to go for. And that's kind of the fun of it. So we'll see what they end up with. But we've got our barracks here from purple. All of them are going up. So SilverTongue taking his time, but SilverTongue likes to have a decent eco going into feudal age. It's all about that swift transition. So SilverTongue doesn't have to be the first up. He just has to have something ready for when GamesGod attacks. And he's done that with his opponents before. Soldier and the King. He's been able to get that timing just right. And there we go, we're clicking up. Cyan's just a little further behind, but is a melee. So again, waiting for a couple of extra vills is exactly the right thing to do here. It will get to feudal age in time. So this apparently Naga had a similar thing. So on Fortified Clearing, detected walls and thought, this is like Arena. Or Fast Castle. I think also though, when you're raiding on Fortified Clearing, it's kind of awkward. Like unless your DUC accounts for it, like walking around the base, particularly if you've got a tower or anything, it's very easy to get kind of trapped between walls. We might see this shortly as well. This Phil will die. We got a second scout coming in as well. The mining camp is nearly done though, so that will get to safety. So we got a couple of scouts pushing. Purple's been scouted by blue. So the Burmese have gone for scouts. What is yellow doing? Yellow's going archers. Okay. And we got stable here from red. So no fast castle from GamesGod, although the resources are looking good for the Mongols. If he keeps saving them like that, he might end up with castle age soon. But actually, SilverTongue's, I think, better positioned here. Again, smooth economy, is fast castling, as Warwick has said, because he's seen walls. Or at least leaning towards castle. He's going to long distance gather these deer, which should do the job to game the food that needs to go up. Does he have the buildings? He has a blacksmith. He has a blacksmith. So needs a market or some other feudal age building, but he's nearly got the wood for it. Archery range here for the melee. So I think the classic SilverTongue layout here in team games is archers on the flanks, cavalry in the pocket. So nice traditional setup. So that might be what we see here. Again, taking its time. Are we short on wood here for blue? No, he's got the archery range, so he's doing okay. He's just waiting for food. And we should see Castle Age being cooked. Struggled a bit with wood, so they haven't built another lumber camp, it seems, but I think they'll do okay. GamesGod, though, coming in with the scouts, and we know GamesGod actually does have a really decent scout rush. Yeah, with these lumberjacks quite far away, we might see some isolated here and taken out. There we go. Good raid here from GamesGod. Villager count roughly even. Military counts very much in favour of GamesGod. So only purple is using them at the moment. Yellow's got an issue with farms or food gatherers. 7 is just enough to keep Vil production going, so he's not saving food. He's going to run out soon. And I know he's going archers, but it means he's going to be quite far away from castle. He switched to 10. There we go. So he is building those farms and switching in. And more villagers getting picked off. Cyan actually probably the strongest in terms of Vil counts at the moment. So only just clicked up to castle, but we'll hit castle quite quickly. We've got... I mean, what do archers do against this? You've got to hope that the TC gets some shots in. The armor upgrade here is also going to be quite painful here for SilverTongue. Ooh. Ooh. Evacuate. Okay, this might work out. I don't know how much I rate that as a lumber camp, but it's keeping them at the base. They're evacuating. And if these scouts just keep circling the base and they don't follow any of these villagers, then as long as they don't get retasked, those villagers will do all right. I like this mill as well, actually. Actually making use of the food on fortified clearing. I really like that. Yeah, it's open walls on the sides there, Cheese, so that's why the Scout Rush can happen. But we have seen Scout Rush on Arena before already. We have seen the supervillain do that. Archers are moving out. SilverTongue getting a taste of his own medicine. Castle Age for the Mongols. But we've got crossbows waiting for archers. We've got numbers versus tech. And at the moment, the numbers with the micro is winning. Purple switching into skirmishers as well, which is interesting. They're prioritising the villager. Oh, villager's taking ages to die. Wow. Yeah, they seem to be ignoring the crossbow and going for the villagers. So they're prioritising idling the eco. This will work for a little bit, but they're going to get cleared up by the knights. Meanwhile, Cyan's in a bit of bother. Keeping the villager count pretty steady, which is nice. But GamesGod creeping ahead on the Vil numbers. And of course, the feudal age trade from GamesGod. We mocked it, but it worked against HDAI. So I will refrain from mocking it again. SilverTongue flashing, the green SilverTongue here, marking red with an X. So I think red is going to be the target of the pocket. Those skirms are having a horrible time. Good knight production here from SilverTongue, keeping them going. Armor upgrade coming in. And then being mopped up by the crossbows. Down to 34 Vils here. Good that Cyan is producing spears, but... Oh wow, he survived. But not enough numbers yet. And actually, a load of idle villagers here as well, at least being retasked. So they're not showing up as idle, but the food count here, keeping relatively low. So we've got Castle Age, but not really much to do in Castle Age for Cyan. Oh, the mule cart. So red's going to get disrupted here. So red is panicking and producing feudal age archers, a couple of spears. It stopped making skirms, that's good. They need a couple more spears than that, but he's doing the best he can at the moment. This is a good raid for green. The trade coming in is crazy. 5 trade carts. We're not seeing blue move out here yet. So blue has an army. Might be waiting for ramps. And SilverTongue's just piling in on the TC. Vill count still in favour of GamesGod, though a lot of that Vill count is idling at the moment. And we've got knights streaming in from the outside, I believe. Oh no, they're skirms. Holding the gate. And of course the GamesGod towers. You don't want them attacking from the front, of course. We got the pike upgrade for Armenians. Really nice. I do like that element. They should defend quite well against the remaining knights. Drop down to 7 here for SilverTongue. Looks like he's trying to get some more upgrades in and switching into Skirm, having seen what the opponent's using. And actually, get a couple of these pikes going and get enough of a distraction with the meat shields here. These knights could get cleared up. Not quite enough numbers yet, but he has got a second barracks, is going to be producing them, and he is saving units in the buildings. Unfortunately, he's going to lose villagers while this happens. 21 skirms. Oh, and blue's moving in too. Meanwhile, purple here still causing problems. 13 scouts, so he is consistently losing scouts as he's diving in here. But 27 vilts, he's doing the damage here to Cyan, and Cyan's trying to move out. He's also towering the front of his base because, of course, needs to move them a little bit closer to start disrupting the eco there. And we've actually got... Whoa! 5 towers. Only 5 towers, but they're not going to go up, I don't think. They're being denied by green, but this will slow down the attacks on red. He says as blue marches into his base. Maybe not. Oh, this is horrible. Vill count still very much in favour of GamesGod. GamesGod is booming behind this, 3 TCs. So yellow's also switching into camels to try and deal with these knights. But yeah, pike isn't going to save you from this. What do you do? I think if you're red, you just try and die as slowly as possible to buy the others time. Yellow needs to abandon the tower idea. And actually, numbers building here for purple actually clicked up as well, so these might become light cav soon. But we've got to a point here where enough of the vills have been cleared out. I think all... No, not 15 of them, only 8 of them in the TC. So actually these scout cav are not going down to TC fire. So we've got a bit of a trade-off here. I mean, red's still got 50 vills. And 6 trade carts, can't forget that. Yeah, Cyan's in a really bad way, but we've got rams coming in for blue. And although we've got a decent Vill count here, I think we're going to see those numbers drop very quickly once these crossbows feel confident enough to move forward. So green is expanding out here. Green might end up supporting Cyan soon. It's a little late, but Cyan could rebuild. It is Castlade, so it could get another TC down. Yeah, and we've already dropped to like 20 bills. Crossbow stepping forward and actually taking out bills now. Those crossbows have ballistics as well. So again, if they were confident enough to step forward, they would clean up a whole load of this trade. Those towers keeping them busy though. 18 knights here for green. Military count very much in favour of SilverTongue, most of those being skirms and crossbows. Oh, and yellow's coming in to back up. We have Mangadai, we've got Step Lancer, we've got terrible targeting, but they are here, and the camels as well might clear up. We've got Feudal Age Spears. This is such a GamesGod army. It's a real mix, but will it be enough? The army's pretty spread out at the moment for SilverTongue. So that might give GamesGod space. Checking the count here. It looks like SilverTongue's winning this. Oh yeah, very much so. Not quite enough here from yellow. But might lure them back into a castle. This TC's being attacked by a single pike. Wow, what are you guys doing here? Your base is under attack. Wild that this is happening at the same time, but they're in yellow's base now. And of course the answer to all of this is more towers. I don't know if GamesGod has the advantage here. I think it's slightly in SilverTongue's favour. But GamesGod is not out, for sure. Particularly if he hits a villager cap and stops stops using his food on villagers. You might find his army numbers suddenly shoot up. He's countering quite well as well. We've got a load of skirms here against these crossbows. The towers are keeping the knights busy. If he had ballistics, actually, these towers might help. We know that he'll upgrade to guard tower if he can as well. Got a nice castle here as well. We've got Burmese potentially going into more light cav. Would elephants work well here? There's not many pikes and spears really for SilverTongue. Yeah, the numbers dropped for purple, but these are light cav now, so they'll chew through this a lot quicker. The castle keeping the army back here. Red has rebuilt, so we know that GamesGod likes to sling its allies to help it rebuild. And 25 vills. Red's still here. And the military numbers are leveling out. It was 120 something for SilverTongue. It's now 90. But the disclaimer here is SilverTongue has clicked up to Imperial Age, so it has been using his resources on that. We've now got 4 archery range archer production. Green is still producing. Oh, and so many upgrades. We're going to have improved crossbows. Going to get extra gold here as well for the Vikings. That's exactly where you want to be if you're Vikings here. Ooh, Ford Castle. Optimistic. But there's enough army here to defend it. If they move up a bit, actually, this might happen. And this might go down. Teal is still here. Teal's on 3 vills though. Oh, Teal is still here. Teal's not going to be here for long. But green is coming in to help. So green being distracted from this, I think. The castle does go down, by the way. And GamesGod has hit its Vil cap, 130. So purple's now attacking green, and we've got elephants from purple. Very nice. Well, a bit of everything. Again, it's GamesGod. We've got the issue here as well. They are eventually throwing, but the Irambai slightly glitching out there. The Cav Archer curse strikes again for GamesGod. At least it is throwing some though. And military numbers, they're still in favour of SilverTongue. I think the numbers are stuck around the same. 5 stable knight production here for SilverTongue. Purple just getting pike in, getting a second castle up. Very much trying to counter over there. We had 3 bills. They're over here. Okay. So that lumber camp actually saved teal. There's 1 on food, 1 on gold, 1 on wood. And actually, Malay has nearly got enough resources to rebuild a TC. So we might see that shortly. Green is looking to target purple. Yellow's looking at imp. And the distribution of military here is slightly going back in favour for GamesGod in the sense of it was half and half. It's now less than that. But tech advantage here goes for SilverTongue. Oh, and you're attacking before you've clicked up. I think while SilverTongue's static, I mean he's building trebs, so he won't be static for long. I don't know, do you rush imp? We saw that didn't work out for Sun Tzu on this map. So actually, yeah, maybe the right thing to do is just keep producing units. We'll see if he holds. Green is pouring over here, but we've got elephants. We've got pikes chipping in here too. And actually, blue's army split. Until it's still a couple of drop-offs away from that TC going up. Yellow desperately trying to place a castle, but there's nowhere to build it. Military numbers, though, still growing. I think purple here is the one to watch. Purple's taking on most of green and some of blue. And I think purple's winning. Those elephants are doing a great job. The rams are going for the treb. Really nice defense there from GamesGod. And of course, many towers. The towers actually do a really good job here. They're only watchtower, but they're distracting that TC from treb from taking down the castles. So again, very much helped GamesGod's favour there. A load of the trade has been taken out. We've only got trade for yellow left, 6 trade carts. So population being used for other things. But the Vil count is in GamesGod's favour, and the military is nearly level. GamesGod doing an amazing job of defending this. SilverTongue just consistently pressuring here. We've got late game Viking Arbalest. And somehow, GamesGod's not dead. The TC is getting built. Very nice. And you know what? That might not get attacked straight away, because the damage is all happening down here. GamesGod is losing military units again, but the castle's going down, and SilverTongue's losing ground. If GamesGod is able to claim the centre here, yellow might stabilise. It's got a good eco going. It has lost about 40 vils. It's dodging shots like mad, and actually SilverTongue is being attacked on two sides, or Blue's being attacked on two sides. Really nice of GamesGod here to prioritise the trebuchet, get the trebuchet down. These rams might die, but the castle lives. And the TC lives here. Yellow has ballistics as well, so the castle will do extra damage with getting those hits perfectly accurate. And again, we've got numbers versus tech fill here. Red, by the way, still doing a great job. 40 vils. Rebuilding its trade, because that's your priority there. Yellow going into light cav. I don't know if light cav... I don't know if I like light cav. I think you stick to skirm. Red finally going to Castle Age. Another castle being built. And actually, purple being pushed back. What's purple up to? Purple hasn't clicked. I think purple's made a switch from elephants into light cav, and that's not working for him. Teal's TC is built, but he doesn't have the food to produce villagers. So at the moment, it's a 2v2 and a bit. Guard Tower finally comes in for purple. And again, SilverTongue is split. Attacking on a couple of fronts here. But Yellow's eco is holding. Yellow also with Guard Tower, so we'll keep these. Again, SilverTongue kind of avoiding these towers, so this is keeping the eco safe. The towers are doing a good job. We've got more towers being built here. And if GamesGod can hold the rams back, might be alright, but Yellow has lost a couple of its castles. These castles covering each other is quite nice, so when these knights go into attack, they do get shot down quite quickly. But GamesGod is losing momentum. SilverTongue's kept the pressure up, it's got a good eco behind it, it's keeping the units being made, staying at around 127 with 2 players. And GamesGod alternating a load of its units, not quite being able to fully upgrade them. Consistently making vills as well, not quite reaching its vill cap. So isn't able to produce as much. I wonder if it's escrowing resources. I might be saving for Imp. I mean, wild if red is the first GamesGod that goes to Imp. It could happen. I think the switch to light cav is a terrible choice. I think this is ruining GamesGod. We've got no elephants left on this side. And they're getting gold, so gold isn't the issue here. This is a decision that GamesGod has made. Maybe it's on a timer or something to switch into light cav. Oh, and we get them being made again. Yeah, you've got to make those units. I like the castle building there as well. Good location. That's going to get a load of units. We've got ballistics as well, so those knights are going to soak up the full damage there. And these units will keep them still for just long enough. Long swords for red. And I feel like 5 minutes have passed and GamesGod's gaining momentum again. Still got the villager lead. Military rapidly catching up. Still committed to Castle Age. Purple's expanding into Teal's base. Green has expanded into Teal's base, and Green might get kicked out of Teal's base. This has been discovered. Purple's having pity. So I'll let you off this time. You rebuild. Teal's down to 1 vil, which isn't on anything as well. So Teal is done. But now Blue is pushing, and we've got a couple of trebs here. 3 trebs, so actually we're going to start seeing buildings go down relatively quickly, particularly with the siege rams backing that up. Blue and Green ganging up on Purple here, I think is the right call. GamesGod still producing units, still committed to Castle Age. Nowhere near Imperial Age yet. Castle Age forever. Teal might get slung. We got the 1 villager in here as well. I think Teal goes down after this, but the action's all happening over here as well. Yellow's moving out now. Loads of Castle Fire coming in to take those out. Retargeting here from the Rams. I think if they charge this, they take it out. But at the moment, they're just soaking up hits by the Arambai. Default targeting really helps with the Rams here. So default targeting tends to go towards Rams. So if you've got a Ram within your army, a lot of your army will remain safe until that Ram goes down. A load of these trebs are split up. If they focus down an individual castle, that would have gone down by now. But I think it goes down anyway. Does that last shot do it? Oh, it's so close, and the Ram goes down. And GamesGod's reinforcing with another castle. And GamesGod has a military lead. We've got 6 elephants. We're going into knights again. We're moving away from light cav now, which again is the right call. And Purple is expanding into Teal's space. Teal not surrendered yet. It will get destroyed, I believe, before anything happens. What a game. Hello, Wattle. You've caught the carnage, which is SilverTongue versus GamesGod. Consistent back and forth, but it looks like GamesGod is pushing back. We saw this in GamesGod versus HDAI. So many times he looked beaten. And then he pulls something out the bag like this. Green's castle going down to steady Rams. There's no army to protect it. And that castle did go up. He did fortify. Look at this. 42 HP. And he goes, I could repair it or just build another one here. What's the betting GamesGod builds another one here once this goes down? I'm going to keep an eye out for it. Can you complain? 22 around by. GamesGod taking the score lead. None of them in feudal age, Imperial Age. They're all still Castle Age. Green SilverTongue also committed, it seems, to feudal age, to Castle Age even. Get my ages mixed up. Wow, GamesGod. GamesGod has decided, no, I'm on the attack now. Then GamesGod attacks, he attacks. Forward buildings. Take up the space. Castle here as well. Yeah, there it is. It was yellow rather than purple, but he was going to castle that up. He's taking the space, and he's not going to give it back to SilverTongue. 67 vills here as well for Red. So Red is rebuilding, and we have our first GamesGod clicking Imperial Age. At 1 hour, 14 minutes, we have our second AI going into Imperial Age in this game. We have Scorpions from the Armenians. We've got two-handed swordsmen because they get their upgrades an age earlier. So actually they'll put up a good fight on this. And green's dying. What a comeback. Could you set cap trade sound settings attack notifications to none? I can. Military levels still close. Blue still has a solid army. Taking on red here. Purple's coming around the side, taking out the castles from green. Potentially going after the trade here. Green defending. Cyan cheering from the sides after death. What a fight. The thing is, I don't think... So blue has the army, but I don't think, because of the castle placements and just the sheer amount of space that that GamesGod is taking up, I don't think blue has anywhere to go with it. It can only hold. Green is on 5-6 stable night production. It is still getting a load of resources in from that trade, and it's spending a 7 stable night production. Green is not going down without a fight. Still over 100 military. And actually, it's blue that's distracting orange here. Distracting yellow. They're spread out. These are all buildings. Idle rams? What is happening with this game? I love just the little groups of DUC microed units here. It's like you got your main army and then you just got little pockets being annoying. And both of these armies just keep replacing. Keep replacing their units. GamesGod almost needs red to fully rebuild. I think red fully rebuild, puts them on enough pressure, and then they get Imperial Age. What a ridiculous set. We had such a false start there from GamesGod, and then this comeback. Little group of micro again. Ah, this is a problem. Okay, so I'm trying to see, are you a miner or a repairer? You're not going to tell me. Okay. So they're repairers, they've got a hammer, they're not got a pick. I think they're trying to repair all the rams. They've also been desperate to try and place castle. But blue's down to 43 mils. And actually, at this point, I mean, Warwick called it earlier, but I don't think SilverTongue comes back from this now. The trade is still untouched. But he's just creeping forward with these castles. More upgrades coming in. More elephants. Yeah, yellow's pushing in on this side as well now. Very little military here for SilverTongue. Is going to keep producing, but we got the death ball here from GamesGod. Like Cav finally coming in. Keep the most important tech there for GamesGod. Cyan finally resigns. GG GamesGod. Any objection, Rock, for me fast forwarding this now? I think this is done. But hey, we have a set. We had a couple of 3-0s in the last design because no LA had more than 80 pop. Yeah, they're down. Okay. But yeah, we had some 3-0s last time. We got a 1-1, so we're going to have at least 4 games here. Let's fast forward. Should be no reason GamesGod doesn't take this. Mongols, man. GamesGod looks like it's finally approaching resources for Imp. I think he's slinging some allies as well. Blue has resigned. And the elephants swarm in. Villagers look a little lost. Man, look at those relics. 6 relics for green. Red came back with 137 bills. It never made it to Imp. Only 2 of these AIs made it to Imperial Age. Wow, what a game. Let's look at some stats. Yes, Cyan was in a real spot of bother from the get-go, but it just timed perfectly with Red getting squashed as well. I think maybe the crossbows were a bit too hesitant of some of the fortifications. Maybe when they get over a certain number, you just take the hit and dive to get the villager kills, potentially away. But GamesGod actually, I think, making the right call of committing to Castle Age and just keeping its unit production going to keep it alive. Good castle placements as well. Blue was solid. And it had like amazing upgrades as well. It was just outnumbered with Cyan being taken out. This came out at the right time. Great trade here. GamesGod, great trade as well. Feudal Age trade. And yeah, we saw 7 relics maximum there for the Franks. Yeah, really good Castle Age times. Actually, those Castle Ages weren't really punished. I would say Cyan here, I think, was probably more punished because of the choice to go into archers when it was against scouts. And the scout numbers were too high by the time the spears came out. But yeah, I think it did a decent job there. And we had some weird idle time from the Armenians at the start. And yeah, great castle placements. Load of villagers there for GamesGod. And yeah, this is a 2 AI game, pretty much. Oh, weird seeing all of the military count here. It's just a quality of units, I think, from Cyan. I don't know, that's fishing ships. That's all right. Cool. Great game. So we've got a loss there for SilverTongue. So we actually switch over to SilverTongue's favorited map, which is Arena. So it's an Arena 3v3. Let's go ahead and roll for GamesGod Civs for that one, and then let's go and dive in. So I pan over here. We should get our wheel back. We do indeed. 3v3. What's our 3 going to be from GamesGod? I also find, and I think similar here to going against Definitive Edition AI, sometimes the random can hurt them, but actually it makes it so difficult to plan against. Bulgarians we've got first. Right, you could get anything thrown at you. Aztec's pocket. And Lithuanians. I don't know about the Bulgarian pick for GamesGod. Oh, your castle avoidance doesn't do crapos. So I don't know how many AIs actively use crap hosts. You might be okay. We'll see, I guess. If GamesGod uses crap hosts, then actually Bulgarian's a great civ for Arena. But if it does what it normally does, and goes for like feudal or early aggression, gets like the automatic infantry upgrades, I don't know if that does well against SilverTongue in particular. As Lithuanians was the last one. Lithuanians, though, really good civ on this. Let's make sure it's SilverTongue and not me. And Rorik's picks for this were Ethiopians, Britons, and Lithuanians. So Lithuanians on the same side there. GamesGod does use crap hosts. Amazing. Okay, I'm excited to see this. I wasn't expecting Britons to be your pocket there, Rorik. Interesting. I mean, they do have good knights, but I would expecting that to be the archer civ. We're all set. Arena. Yep. Let's go. Game 3. Let's switch on over to Capture Age. "12 range elite longbows, let's go." Yeah. It could happen, right? We've seen the Britons AI do it. Oh, I've not seen GamesGod use crap hosts before. That's good. Now, last time SilverTongue had a bit of a wobble with the ball law. I think that was just really unfortunate. I don't think it's a common trend. I don't think we saw it in the last sets. Let's also check out our Fog of War here. We're missing some cows, but I think once we mill this area, those cows will get spotted. We're missing cows from here too. But we've also got chickens. So we've got quite a few obstacles here for them to work through. Yeah, we're back to normal. All good. I don't know if this boar has been found or if it's just on the edge. Depends where it was at the time, I guess, when this area was discovered. So it could have been a boar that walked out. If so, the AI won't have seen it. That's a decent boar lore. I think everything else has got found, though, so all good there. Yeah, we've got some cows being found by the gate. Very nice. Yep, everything being found there. GamesGod. Chickens have been found. Missing a couple of cows here. I don't think these chickens have been found. Missing some cows too. Maybe with the villagers going around the edge here, or with the scout walking past, we'll see them. Oh. I mean, again, it's arena. It's got time. It's not the end of the world, but if it doesn't find them much sooner, it may slow its build down. Deciding to mill the chickens. Don't mind that so much. But it looks like everything else has been found here, so all good. So I'm interested what... where is he? Going red because of Britons. I'm interested in what this SilverTongue goes for. Has he changed anything to make longbows happen? I'm expecting a night rush from here. But we'll see what he produces. Lithuanians. 17 villagers. Feudal age. On arena. Lithuanians start off with a bit of extra food, so maybe food came in at just the right time that he's clicked. I don't think he holds off clicking up. He just clicks as soon as he's got the food for it. Yellow going up 2. Aztecs extra carry capacity as well. Would have helped there. All of the SilverTongues getting loom before clicking up. So SilverTongues will be clicking up shortly as well, 23 bills. So they'll get an initial feudal age army. But should be smoother going into Castle Age compared to GamesGod. Red also, as purple's just hit feudal age, red is going to click. That's a mining camp, not a mill. Good. Weird mill placements. So clearly something weird happened here. Long distance scan. Maybe he built a mill here because he didn't find everything and then built a second mill here. That's a bit odd. All the GamesGods will about to go up. I mean, given what we've seen in recent tournaments where Arena's been a part of it, we've seen feudal rushes be quite effective on Arena because no one expects it. So again, aging up at this kind of time for SilverTongue is just good enough to shield against any ridiculous, unforeseen early pressure. You know, it suffers against a proper fast castle, but against the likes of GamesGod here, it's not going to hurt you at all. So we're aiming to age up. Nearly got the food. Just got to wait a little bit. A couple more vills. And we'll be there. Same with all of them. Nice steady builds here. So we've got archers. We've got What do we have here? We missing a building, or am I just blind? We've got Blacksmith Market. We don't have another military building yet, other than the barracks. So we're not seeing archery range or stable. We might see castle. We'll see. Cyan not really bothering with the chickens, but will be going up very shortly. There we are. Now, green has clicked. Does green go to stone? Got a bit of stone. Reaching out for the hunt. Gathering wood. I haven't seen what GamesGod is doing here. GamesGod is building, is training men at arms. So it's doing like an open build here. We're building defensive towers. But Aztecs going for Castle Age. Purple, a weird way to go about it, going for Castle Age. And trade. Yeah, all of the SilverTongues. Castle Age. He is finally milling those chickens as well. Green is the only one on stone, but he only has one on stone. I don't know what Green's game plan is here. Oh, I forgot this about SilverTongue. He really likes berries in the middle. He sees them, he mills them. And GamesGod is moving out. And once again, folks, feudal pressure in Arena causing a little bit of problems here. This will be a big problem if more villagers come out to gather this food. Oh, we're mixing it up. So we're seeing knights on the flank here. We've got an army of men at arms going for the wall. They're going for the corner wall here, which I think is quite nice. I don't know if they'll retarget after a while. Red. Do you have arson? You do have arson. What are you doing, Green? What are you doing? You're... See, I'm almost tempted to say Green is bugged. Maybe it was lacking enough distance on stone. I'm not sure. Oh! Your sacrifice saved many lives there, friend. Cocky. Okay, so we've got the men-at-arms coming out of here. They will get attracted over here to the knights, but they're trickling in. So this will stop the reinforcements coming in. Oh man, they keep letting them in. Lock your gates. Oh, they're prioritizing TCs. Okay, so Britons have a problem here then, because they are, I guess, prioritizing farms over TCs. Some of the men-at-arms are in. Not causing that much damage yet, but the rest have been called back. The rest have been called back to deal with these knights. And actually, these knights are here just in time to protect the vills here. We've got 39 vills. Vill advantage slightly in GamesGod's favour, despite the really early feudal ages. But he's going to lose all of this army to the knights. And Rorik can breathe a sigh of relief, I think, that those swordsmen did not do more damage. We got 2 TCs being dropped, so the Britons do make their move. They've got their resources there, they're going to boom. They're not going to boom behind their walls. They're going to boom in the middle of the map. But with these knights lurking around, they should be safe. We have a ram over here. 14 archers. Meanwhile, I think purple here has probably seen the archers and is going to switch into skirm. There we go. Got a couple of knights. Is going to stop that knight production. Wow. Really? I mean, no one's here to stop him, right? So I guess you can just steal your opponent's resources. Purple is going for a ram as well. So we are going to see those clash. And actually, I don't think we have to wait too long for those knights to get in, unless they retarget. And yeah, Britain's going for a full boom. We're going to have full TC boom here in the open. GamesGod, I see what you're doing. You need to wait for Castle Age. Get Pike. Get Pike. SilverTongue getting a nice set with the upgrades here. I think Lithuanians here, 3 relics. So actually that's not that plus 4. So yeah, like this stable here. So yeah, it's getting its upgrades in. The extra attack for the Lithuanians is great. We're seeing some fights over here. Knights and skirms versus crossbows. The knights should soak up the damage from the crossbows. The skirms should finish them off. So the lack of range from the skirms shouldn't be too much of an issue. Red is finally going for pikes and many towers, but town size is too big here. So these buildings are being made outside, out in the danger. There's trade carts. Taking all of the attention away. This is horrible though, because they're away from the towers. Oh, but they reposition anyway. I thought they were going to attack the back of the base here. So red's in big trouble. +4 attack knights. They've got 1 armor so far. I'm sure more will come. Meanwhile over here, yellow's coming to help. Towers being built, more towers in its allies' base. I do like that they reinforce their allies' bases here. So we've got cyan and green versus red, and we've got yellow and purple versus blue. This is a similar kind of situation we saw in the last game. Very much favouring SilverTongue at the moment. And the Rams are in. So they haven't breached the walls here yet. Whereas GamesGod is going to cause a lot of damage. I like the defense here from SilverTongue. Decent Rams. What you need, SilverTongue, is 1,000,000 towers. That oh, wow, they're building towers around the outside. The disrespect. This is build forward, right? I think that's being used. I think GamesGod just spams build forward when it's attacking. How are they getting through over here? Okay, so we've got spearmen versus pikes. The monk is doing healing. And we're still not through the walls. And actually, these towers do make it awkward. Cyan is missing siege. We do have siege from green. Got a nice castle here to defend its ally as well. Very nice. You're attacking. So do we have a ram down here? No, just a single crossbow. And that is Eagle Warrior, surely. Yeah, Eagle Warrior. That crossbow will go down. Where are your rams? They're parked. So the pikes coming to help. They're coming to help against towers and skirms. These skirms are unupgraded. But yeah, blue's in trouble here. SilverTongue, again, double the military, similar to last game. Fill count pretty level, or eco count I should say. And the Eagles will just tear this place up. We've got 25 vills left already. So the attack needs to bear fruit here. Again, it's a tower avoidance, actually. The towers for GamesGod really buying him time to take out one of the players. And they're just normal watchtowers. Knights did not want to be converted then. These towers are getting upgraded by GamesGod. And we have 8 fills left for blue. I like that he's rebuilding here. This is a great spot for blue. Blue doesn't delete his farms. So we got 2 on food here. We got a TC over here, but will those vills walk all the way back over here? They may do. And this army's pushing on green. Green's going imp, so again, similar to last time, we've got an earlier Imperial Age for SilverTongue. We've got nothing defending the TC here. Blue's TC goes down. We don't have any military, like melee units to deal with these rams. We've got 2 scouts. The knights over here are preoccupied. They are doing a good job at keeping red at bay. But the villager count for GamesGod, again, similar to last game, is ramping up. You know what, even though they soak up arrows, if you get enough crossbows, you will eventually get those rams down. These are British crossbows. They've got extra range. With Imperial Age coming in as well, they would have gained an extra range on top of that. We've got Arbalists now. Do we have... We don't have Yeoman yet. But we got more knights managed to get in. So they must have been let in through the gate. And yet, this military keeps trickling out a little bit, and actually, SilverTongue is doing a better job of keeping this military at bay. Purple has spent all of its resources, it feels. Oh, we did get rams in here. Okay, so we've got a load of villagers standing here, but the rams did move forward for SilverTongue. Castle going forward for green. Yeah, so the parked rams did move forward. It seems like they weren't targeted very much, or at least were probably targeted by skirms. So broke through the gate. And this army is able to do damage. So you can't let this castle go up. I know they're avoiding the tower here. I think Rorik has fixed the issue, though, of his units avoiding buildings that had not been built yet. So that's good to see. I say, we should be outranging these. The retargeting skirms. Just arrow sponges. We've got 6 range Arbalest production, but yellow is coming in to defend red. We've got a load of rams here. These skirms are kept alive. They were just dawdling around here, but they were held. And we do have Krapos. He is building Krapos here. We don't have any Conics yet. But this is putting pressure on Cyan. Castle here does go up. Blue is lacking food. So similar situation to last time. One player is out. Doesn't seem to be rebuilding. We have a big Arbalest army, similar to last time. Purple's going into unique units. Yellow going in for unique units. Surely, though, Britons are really strong in this matchup. If they target right, and they are targeting, this should get cleaned up pretty easily. And we should see these numbers dwindle quite quickly. You need to stay out of the Krapos range, though. Warwick did say they don't avoid Kraposts. Unfortunately, because of the towers, you get the bad thing about stepping in the range of the Krapos, but you don't go in far enough to get the benefit of diving under because you're avoiding the towers. But military numbers are level, and we've still got consistent production here for green. Green is changing its target. It's moving over here now. Are they keeps? No, they're guard tower. Guard tower for both. No trebuchets yet. Blue's got a few more vills. 8 vills now. So blue actually doing a better job of rebuilding this time around, it seems. Cyan's had a bit of breathing space. These TCs in such awkward positions. It's great when you're holding, but when the pressure comes back here, your eco's right on the front line. Yellow's coming down here though, avoiding the towers. Rams are coming in. Just needs a few of these rams to take these towers down, and the area's back to SilverTongue again. Oh, you need to attack. You need to attack. You can't let them take pot shots at you. Again, they're prioritizing the skirms. And yellow's pushing out here as well. Cyan very much having to move out and just throw a load at this. We've got a stream of green units, they keep being made. Neither of these close to being pop capped. This targeting. A couple of conversions would be a big help here for green. Castle's getting shots in as well, he's also going to help. Okay, so green is switching into skirms, probably because of this army here. But with a mix of mangonels and of the lattice and of the eagles, I think skirm is a problem here. And I think with Cyan's base being raided here as well, this is GamesGod's game to lose, I think. Double the military. 3v2. Blue not quite being able to get back into the game. That's a lot of onagers. Oh, mangonels. Green's losing ground. Castle here is going to get a couple of kills in. Still keeping the unit numbers up, but switching out Arbalest for skirms, which he should eat up quite nicely. The siege coming in here, wow. Down to 55 ills. We've got nearly double the vill count here for GamesGod. Again, castles, some awkward castle dodging here might do okay for SilverTongue, might take out a few of these units. Those mangonels won't do too much against it, but can't be left there too long. Actually, the skirm's doing alright against this lot. It looks like GamesGod's army is distracted. More forward buildings for GamesGod. I think in each of these last two games, the towers, in fact in all three games, the towers have bought so much time for GamesGod. They kept him in the game. Blue going for another TC. Up over here. Cyan down to 19 vills, blue down to 1 vill. That 1 vill is going to try and build that TC, so we might see that vill go down soon. Green, the only one standing. Massive army for green. Blocking the gate. Very nice. And again, we've got 2 AIs in Imperial Age. Coming up to an hour into this one. And yeah, I think GamesGod takes this. I think I'm going to fast forward this one now, because we are 3v1. I actually think for some of these AIs, not necessarily going into full DUC, but instead of using TSA, grabbing your units of a similar speed and just patrol attacking to your destination, or attack moving, I think is significantly more effective. Because if your opponent has skirms, for some reason, they're just magnets. Everything goes towards the skirms. It doesn't matter if there's knights running in towards you, monks. The skirms always seem to be prioritized. And so you can easily lose so many units, despite the fact you've got a bigger army, ballistics, all of that. Leading to a new promised land. Nice. There we go. 2-1 to GamesGod. GG. Similar story to the last game. Strong start for SilverTongue. Questionable start for GamesGod by going men-at-arms on Arena, but then attacked the pocket that was going for a boom. The boom went into the middle of the map, held the middle of the map for quite a while. Was probably the strongest player in the game. But then GamesGod it was two 2v1s, and GamesGod's 2v1 ended quicker than SilverTongue's. So it then was a case of just outnumbering, I think. But yeah, towers for GamesGod, doing most of the work there. Look at that. 94 military. Those are British crossbows as well. 522 military. Wow. It's a lot of crossbows and scabs. Resources collected ended up being very much in favour of GamesGod. I think that's just because of... Oh, wow. Yeah, losing blue, I think, impacted that. Wow, actually, Aztecs did really well. Despite Britain's going 4 TC, Aztecs kept up, so the extra carry capacity probably helped there. Extra money from trade as well. Yeah, wow, surprised by that. And yeah, solid, like good castle ages, but also having that flexibility to be able to defend against feudal age attack here from SilverTongue. GamesGod just clicked as soon as he could. 8 minutes 47 for feudal is very quick, but didn't do much with that. And a load of trade here for GamesGod. Maybe that's what he did with the feudal age. Went straight into trade. Okay, so game number 4. We have a loss from SilverTongue. So we play on SilverTongue's next map, which is Team Islands. We rolled a 4v4 on this one. So this is 4v4 Team Islands. Let's go and look at what civs GamesGod will get for this. Not seen many Team Islands games, so interested to see how this will go. Good Team Island civ, right? Not bad, GamesGod. Aliens, there's a pocket. We then have Georgians. Don't really know how well they do on water. I know Armenians are strong. Spanish. Solid. Okay. Persians, Malians, Georgians, Spanish. Team Islands. It's a 4v4, so it's an 8-player one here. 8-player map. So we had the Persians. Followed by the Malians. Georgians. And the Spanish. Meanwhile, our picks from Rorik were amazing. Persians. The Wu. The Italians. And the Bengalis. Persians and Italians are the ones I know for being good picks here. I haven't really tested much of the Bengalis and the Wu in particular. I know they get the Lu Xuan, so that could be fun. Everything's set up. Let's go. Oh wow, that is close to the edge of the water there. It feels. Blimey. So 2-1 to GamesGod so far. Let's change some of the names here because I just realised they are all default names. Will this go to the final game? Team Islands was picked over Yucatan, I believe, was the alternative for SilverTongue. I don't think SilverTongue supported water before this update for the quarterfinals. So interested to see what he's got up his sleeve. And just going to mute myself for a bit just to get a bit of a drink because 3 games in, it's starting to lose my voice a bit. So make sure I drink first. Be right back. Keeping an eye out for when any docks might get built. And as I say, there it is. So when I was adding Team Island's compatibility for Brightspark, GamesGod was one of my main testing partners. Then switched to HD and Definitive Edition AI. But GamesGod was a solid sparring partner for that. So interesting to see how SilverTongue stacks up against this. Another AI that's really good on water maps and is fun to try is Morrigan, actually. Has water map capability. Cool, we've got a dock here as well. No fishing ships yet. GamesGod could make them, but he's choosing not to. That's a late elephant coming in. Oh, oh. Garrisoned. All good. Shaky law there. And everyone's clicking up roughly the same time. Purple not, but purple has missed a ball, so that's probably why it's lacking food. GamesGod not idling this time. So normally he idles his villagers at around 18 to get up. Not this time. Very interesting. So a different build for this map, it seems. A bit more deliberate. Second dock. Okay, I'm excited. What's SilverTongue going to do? We got a first dock here for green. Second dock for blue? Yeah. Commitment to water from Rorik. Also seen the deep sea fish as well, so if we were to have any fishing ships, they'd be well fed, good distance. But we are going fire ships. And are we going to see the same from green? Fire ships versus fishing ships. Now the question is, will SilverTongue do anything with these fire ships straight away? Because the longer he leaves GamesGod, the better GamesGod's eco is going to be. I love this from GamesGod. I know this is very deliberate, but GamesGod covers his docks with towers. And I know we joke about the towers a lot, but these are really well placed and can really help in that early game. I don't think we'll see one on the back here. Maybe we will when he clicks Feudal. Hasn't quite got enough wood yet. Building a fire ship. And he does build on the back. So he is fully covered. 3 docks. Full water commitment. No transport ships. Just navy. Four docks for yellow. Both sides now committing to water. Military advantage in favour of SilverTongue. GamesGod slightly behind. Will GamesGod DUC his ships, or will he just send them forward? Oh, we've seen the fire ships and GamesGod is switching into demos. Love to see it. This looks like some form of normal attack from Rorik, and actually when they get close enough to the enemy they will engage. These are defending. Oh, the demo. And SilverTongue's holding. Now, the thing is with demos, if you're ahead in eco, this is okay, but if not, you need to be taking out more than one ship. You need to be getting your money's worth. Otherwise, you destroy it, but you're left with nothing on the map to defend yourself. And so when reinforcements come in, and they will come in, you're unprotected. SilverTongue is being consistent. Spam fire ships. Which at this stage I quite like. He needs an eco behind it. Very nice. It's currently taking 2 demo ships to take these down, so not very cost effective for GamesGod yet. At the moment as well, the fishing ships, the fire ships will do a decent job of harassing vills that are fishing here, but later on, galleys are actually a bit better at idling eco. But for now, Fireship's doing the job. I get the impression that SilverTongue might just continuously spam Fireships. We'll see if it works. Villager count pretty level, but military count very much in favour of SilverTongue. We don't see any, and this is because of the demos, right? They're doing damage, they're not quite killing, and then the population's dropping again. And now we've got a bit of a death ball here from SilverTongue, constantly outnumbering the Fireships, so GamesGod's military won't get a look in unless he starts getting some multi-kills with these demos, which he might do around here now. We've got quite a few gathered. We've got a lot of demo ships being made by Pink. Tower's just in range. Dock goes down. I'm sure that will get rebuilt. Five docks for GamesGod and 2 towers, just to make sure they're all covered. SilverTongue creeping towards Castle Age. GamesGod doing the same. When are these upgrades going to come in? And also, what will SilverTongue do to end this game? Are we going to be stuck with full navy just surrounding an island? Maybe we will. That is a lot. $46. Let's take up a lot of space, maybe. Got some demos coming in there, that's good. If we take away the 4 scouts here, we're looking at what, 84 navy here? Castle Age coming in for SilverTongue first. GamesGod close to follow. Yellow has the res. Is he missing the buildings? He's going for barracks now. The mark is going up. Okay, we got a blacksmith, so he will go up soon. Hunting over there too. So here's the thing. Fireships, they will keep GamesGod off the water. Or will try to. But they're not going to do any damage to his eco. So we may find ourselves in a situation where this navy tries to just starve GamesGod out. Wow. That's a lot of demos. Red's nearly up, able to click up as well. Yellow did click up. We got our first Castle Age coming in soon. Bengalis, I'll also get a couple of extra vills from that. Wow, this is a scary trail of demos. It's a shame to see them self-destruct as demo rafts, really. Kind of want to see them upgraded. But SilverTongue is getting the upgrades in straight away. These Fireships will get upgraded. There's 11 of them. And it looks like they're moving out here at the moment. They are. Some of the demo ships are taking them down, but let's see. Yeah, I do like that. Okay, these are getting slightly more cost effective now. Attacking 2 at the same time. Yeah, this is getting much better for GamesGod now. Should catch the numbers up. But we've got 3 SilverTongues who are in Castle Age. Ships have all been upgraded. Fire galleys here. About to be upgraded. War galley. There we go. Sainsbury Green. All the SilverTongues are now Castle Age. So they should tank more hits as well from those demos. Still outnumbered over here. Monks. Yeah, this is looking really good for SilverTongue at the moment. He's getting the techs in. Needs to keep the numbers going up. Building TCs behind it as well. A castle at the front wouldn't be too bad either. I can't imagine many people have thought to do castle avoidance with Navy. Yeah, got a bit of overpowering force over here. More demo rafts. Don't have the appropriate upgrades in for yellow just yet, prioritising bodkin and eco upgrades. Red, however, producing demo rafts from 5 docks and is about to upgrade them. Could be a problem here for blue. So again, about double the military here for SilverTongue. I love the Monks edition here. I think Monks will actually do really well. I don't know if GamesGod will target them. Where's SilverTongue's fleet? Here. Mobbing orange, it seems. And here. Mobbing red. And then we've got loads at the back here. It looks like they're maybe patrolling, I'm not sure. Oh, it looks like they are gradually moving out. So they are joining over here. So they are getting into the fight. Oh, these demos are going to hit harder now. Again though, GamesGod is losing numbers every time this happens. But actually, with yellow booming here... Brace yourself, Rorik. We have a couple of transport ships and we have scout cavalry on the way. Scout rush. It's in Castle Age, but we're not gonna worry about that for now. Cav archers here as well, so I think we're going to start to see potential boarding parties. SilverTongue isn't prepared for a boarding party. So if a transport ship is going to try and make it, these fire ships need to stop it. And by default, standard targeting is terrible at targeting transport ships. Imp! I stand corrected, we may be alright. We might have cannon galleon on the way, or Drommonds. SilverTongue might be alright, and there's a massive fleet over here just keeping the docks down. It's a bit like whack-a-mole. Some galleys here would be galleons here would be really nice just to pressure the Vils. At the moment, they're fully productive. But you focus too much on galleons, then you're going to die to the fire ships. Man, GamesGod is just going all in on demos. Look at that. You gotta admit, he knows how to counter. He's countering well here. Reinforcements are coming in for SilverTongue. We have more than one going imp. Oh yeah, GamesGod still has the fishing ships, so that's been helping his eco as well. The extra TCs from SilverTongue have been catching up, which is great. So, eco difference here, very, very steady. And Rorik is able to maintain the military lead. We've got chemistry coming in. We have a fast fire ship. That's why he picked these civs. Coinage. Nice. Do we have trade yet? We don't have trade for SilverTongue yet. All in on Navy. But at the moment it's the right choice. Ooh, okay. We've got a little stream of orange coming. But these are not upgraded. Unupgraded demo rafts. How is GamesGod keeping... So GamesGod's military is now a mix of Navy and land units. We've got 3 transport ships here. Going to keep an eye on these guys in case anything dramatic happens. It's not flashing over to them at all. Thank you, Capture Age. We have a transport ship with 1 light cav. The transport ship does not make it. We have another transport ship which is empty and will also not make it. But yellow has transport ships too, so again something to be aware of. And actually a bit of a navy coming in to counter, and the numbers for SilverTongue are dropping while he's getting the upgrades in. Imp is on the way for green as well, so all of these will be Imp. Reinforcements are coming in. Again, numbers are a bit misleading here because we've got quite a lot of land military here for GamesGod. So I think SilverTongue's still around double the navy. We have 5 cannon galleons over here. And we have no castles from GamesGod. So cannon galleons, by default, are terrible at avoiding cannon fire. We also have Lutron. Nice. So it is quite possible to have cannon galleons and still just have them just walk into or sail into castle fire and just die. So it is easy to stop them. But while there's military dominance like this, and while there's no castle, SilverTongue should be able to hold this. Military count is even. Duchuan. There it is. Not heading out yet. We've got a whole navy here not being used. If SilverTongue doesn't keep up the pressure, GamesGod could rebuild here. We've still got an eco lead for GamesGod. Military amount about the same. Orange also has transport ships now. And as it stands, there's no land army still for SilverTongue. This is full commitment. We've got a Scorpion and a Ram, and a single Ram could cause absolute mayhem here, because I don't think SilverTongue will send his villagers to attack Rams. Does this transport ship make it? I think it does. And it garrisons back in. No! GamesGod, you were so close. Exceptional. Just AI stuff. Mostly unupgraded navy here. Yeah, cannon galleons are coming through now. TC's going down. The shoreline should be battered. It looks like Blue's thinking about building a castle on the shoreline, but a single scout has made it through. We've got castles built here, but this light cav disrupting SilverTongue's eco, stopping the castle from being built, apparently summoning lions. And this is what I mean, it doesn't take much land military at all. If he gets a landing in here and there's nothing to defend it, SilverTongue's in big trouble. So he needs to keep that pressure up to stop any transport ships from leaving. Yeah, to be fair, I don't think that was GamesGod's fault, Warwick. Weirdly enough, like, I think the engine just doesn't quite understand when to garrison and ungarrison transport ships. It's the same with rams as well. Sometimes if you're sending units near rams, they'll automatically go into them. I think it's a similar thing here with transport ships. So it's just a location thing. But dominant on the sea here. Lushran getting a load of attacking on the shore. Cannon galleons, where are you? You are still there. The GamesGod Also having more than one going to Imperial Age. Got hoardings with one castle. But SilverTongue has no excuse not to win this game at the moment. Look at this military count. Should absolutely dominate the sea here. Should be keeping any transport ships at bay. Wow, look at that. Even with demos, GamesGod does not have enough to fight this back. The only way GamesGod comes back from this is if a landing party happens and SilverTongue does nothing. Scorpion will go down to TC fire, but the Rams... We got a defense. Condottiero. SilverTongue is responding. Spears is detecting something's under attack. It's the wrong one doing it. It needs to be blue, but at the moment this is just making pop space so he can make more navy. But yes, light blue here, making military. So just a couple of units here won't wipe him off the map. Oh, they can't let that castle go up. Don't let that castle go up. Quick, bombard it. I'm hearing trebuchet sounds. Luchuan. It's towards the lumber camp, but that's a lot of knights. These Rams still go uncontested. Condottieri as well from the Wu. I love that you're using these units, Rorik. Ah, SilverTongue is going to make transports. Very nice. It's probably best he doesn't make transports yet. You want something to defend this. At the moment, this navy here has a free pass to just keep landing troops. So you need something here to defend it. The castle did attempt to go up, but the castle was denied. We've got bombardments on the shoreline. SilverTongue approaching triple the military count. So, oh, we've got another boarding. Oh man. A sneaky board from GamesGod. Doubled up with the cavalry archer bug that is still not fixed. If those cavalry archers shoot, that's a big problem. But at the moment, the military units coming in. Condottieri should tidy this up with the cavalry archers not firing. Friendly fire from the onager. We've got more pink here. These reboarded again and went backwards. So these that have produced land units are pop capped. So some of these villages go down. Actually, some of these villagers dying isn't too bad. We're running out of resources anyway. Some of these are going to get idled. Yeah, this is really annoying. It will continue to do that. More Rams. Condottiero will try and support. Taking the time about it, but they will support. There we go. It looks like SilverTongue's getting its upgrades and maybe has things that are higher priority than the transport ship. I think if it loses enough fills in one go or loses enough... ooh, I like the avoidance here. Very nice. Okay. Yeah, if it loses enough navy, I was going to say to castle fire, but apparently not. Then it might give it the space it needs to create a transport ship, because it's got the res. Lushan should eventually take this out, so they can go back to raiding the shoreline. Trade coming in, wow. That's fire ships as well, military coming out. Loving the forward castles, more docks. Manaspa. Converted Manaspa in this case. It looks like the land units here were tidied up, so the rams were cleared up. They'll eventually chase this scout. This is just being annoying. It's not going to win them the game. These guys are just standing, so it looks like they're waiting for an attack wall to come through. So many naval units. We've got the same glitch happening here with the Gabettos, but they do eventually throw. There's a little bit of a delay. Taking out quite a few of them, actually. Demo ships also contributing. Still demo rafts. Unupgraded units from GamesGod. We have transport ships from SilverTongue. They will attempt to board, I think. And again, this is SilverTongue's game to lose here. Dominance on the water. Might take a few boarding attempts to take the land. But with this naval support, they should be pretty comfortable. Got resources in the bank to keep this going. He's getting all of his trade upgrades. Can any of these transport ships get boarded? Not yet, it seems. GamesGod focusing on land army while it can't get onto the sea. So it will continue to defend. And these docks and the trade will go down. Nice of the Onager to move close enough in range of the fire ships. We got enough cannon galleons on the field as well to deal with this. What was that message? Are we filling transport ships yet? Maybe the transport ships moved. I don't see it anymore. Hello? We have a transport ship. It has some units in it. Attempts are being made to drop units onto the shore. Should probably keep an eye on this, make sure it works. Come on, little guy. I imagine Grey will be doing something similar as well shortly, because it's also got 4 transport ships ready to go. Now, depending on where he's targeting, sometimes these transport ships can be really awkward, and they'll try and drop off at the rear end of the island, right where all the fortifications are. Oh! It kind of kissed the shoreline there. There we go. A successful transport. Okay, so with all these docks being wiped out here, this should lock GamesGod in. He's relying on trade here now. I mean, to be fair, both of them are. He's potentially going to lose these relics in a mo as well. And even though that army probably won't do much from SilverTongue, what this speaks of is a win condition. We at least know now if they can isolate GamesGod here, they can keep sending land units and attack the inside. Incredible display here from SilverTongue, considering this was an addition that happened between the group stage and the quarterfinal. I know you're spamming fire ships, but castle avoidance makes a big change. You've got siege in there, and you've done the transport ships. Really good to see. And it survived some of the raids as well from GamesGod. I was expecting those rams to do more damage, but the condottieri came in just in time. Really nice. Castle's not quite being focused down. There's a couple of them going for it, but it will go down eventually. 10 elite cannon galleons. Turns out Bengali's pretty good on water. Might be able to pick off some of these markets as well. GamesGod trying to front load the island with castles. I think we still have transport ships for Grey. Don't know where they're hanging about, but we do somewhere. Transport ships. Wow, look at that. Luge run there, several arrows going through. Still constant production here from SilverTongue. Not letting that water go. These docks will continue to go down. Don't think we have any further boarding parties from GamesGod. I don't think he quite can free up the transport ships. Castle will go down shortly as well. Cannon's doing a great job there. So many demo ships. Be interested to see the demo ship count from GamesGod at the end of this. Seems they're moving forward, they're deliberately avoiding these fire ships. They're targeting ones going after the dock, maybe. Huh. Not quite sure what's going on there, but the raids continue towards the back. Trade cogs. Oh no, they're demos. They're not trade cogs. And they're going after the trade. So I think we're getting to a point shortly where I can fast forward. I know GamesGod uses DEC, but he's not in any kind of land situation to do that. Looks like SilverTongue's switching into fishing ships. So replacing its food eco with food eco in the water. That mill will get destroyed. Probably thought you might have missed everything. Yeah, this is we've had a few long games here, really close ones. A load of back and forth. This is 2-1 to GamesGod at the moment, but it looks very much like SilverTongue's going to take this, and this is going to go to the last game. Unless something dramatic happens that turns this around. But I'm particularly interested to see what happens when SilverTongue runs out of wood. Is he able to keep his eco going? Because I think GamesGod can. SilverTongue won't manage a silver landing until it does run out of wood. That's okay. I think I'm going to speed this up, at least a tad. Because I have a life to live after this. And we only have so many hours on it. Yeah, Bright Spark is the same here as well. It can indeed end up tying. There was a load of ties it had with the Definitive Edition AI. But at the moment, very much looking like SilverTongue is in a dominant position. We've got a load of idling villagers from both sides happening now. And if GamesGod keeps making demo ships, it's going to have nothing to hold. Still seeing pop capped here from SilverTongue. Loads of res in the bank. GamesGod struggling with gold. Really struggling with gold. Purple's kind of like the last bastion here, really. If the military here is able to take that area, then I think we lock GamesGod up. It's got no, he'll have no trade. It's going to leave that castle there for now. More attempted boarding from the transport. I thought he was going to load it with villagers then and try and just build a castle on Rorik's map. These are all idling now. What's happening? They're just chilling out. How do we handle stalemates? So, firstly, I'm not anticipating them. I mean, in a situation like this, it's very much looking like SilverTongue is a dominant player, unless GamesGod is able to build back to be somewhat of a threat. I think SilverTongue pretty much takes a win here. If it was a lot closer, and we thought that it would go on for a long time, I mean, maybe I do something like I continue running it offline or something, so I save the file and just run it offline so you don't have to watch it to see where we go. And we just play the next game to see if it would have made a difference. In this case, so where's SilverTongue's transport ships? Ooh, I can hear dying villager sounds. So SilverTongue is culling its villagers to make pop space, it sounds like. Transport ships. Any transport ships? I should have like 3 of each of them. They are moving. I just don't think they're transporting anything. Let's keep an eye on these guys. What are they doing? They're getting ready to be boarded. Yeah, so he's building his military numbers up here. So he's culling the villagers, building the military. So maybe when the villagers go above a certain amount, they'll do that. GamesGod has no trade. They're stuck. It's idle, it seems. Oh, these are mule carts. They're not trade. So he has got trade going. Oh, the till transporter. Now it's moving. We've got Trebs on the way. Of course, it'd be somewhat linked pathing. Come on. Now, don't you dare go into Castle Fire. I'm warning you. There we go. We have got military landings here. It's a trickle of troops, but we've got Trebs. That will clear out some of these. And the idle villagers continue. Conversion, nice conversion there. Oh man, a lot of Cavalier. Might need more landing, more of a landing for SilverTongue. Attempting to hit units with Trebs. Do we still have this blockage over here? That is a transport ship with 1 pikeman in it. More villagers are getting cold. Maybe they'll stop blocking the transport ships when they all die. 1 monk. I don't quite know how you've got these transport ships to work, right? If it's DEC or whether you're using attack now or something. Is it DEC you're using for this? I lost the transport ship. There he is. Excuse me, pardon me. Coming through. Oh. Attack group. Okay, so with DEC you can at least check how many units are garrisoned in your... Oh, he's lost on the shore. Yep, they are attacking good. Yeah, at least with DEC you can check how many units are garrisoned in each of your transport ships. So you can decide when to kind of head out. That's why I ask. At this stage, we're coming up to 2 hours in. SilverTongue very much has a score lead. He's very much got the military lead. And is, boarding, sending boarding parties. I'm happy if we get to 2 hours here that we call it for SilverTongue, so we can move on, because he will win this. He will just take a little while doing it. The annoying thing is that he's got just a little nest of paladins and cavalier that are out of reach of the navy. So SilverTongue has to bring a sizable enough army for it, but he keeps killing villagers here. You can see his villager count drops massively. He's just relying on trade, so he's doing all the right things to keep his military count high, whereas GamesGod is not replenishing his population. Doesn't have the res either, is lost a lot of gold. So yeah, player 4 has trade. But for some reason isn't producing military, is just focusing on villagers. Yes, training vills, but he's not using any of his other resources. Okay, we're past 2 hours. We're going to call it there. GG to SilverTongue. Which means we do have our first game 5. Which is great. It's exactly what we wanted from this. I'm now thinking, does this mean... How are we doing for time? 10 o'clock. So this has taken 3 hours. If this next set is really quick, we'll do Bright Spark versus Naga. If this ends up being, I don't know, say another half hour, I might hold off on Bright Spark versus Naga until Thursday, just because if we do end up having, you know, up to 5 matches, I'll be up to like 2-3 a.m. With work in the morning. But we'll see. I mean, the game went on so long, it's going to look pretty level, but the short version of this is SilverTongue, fully dedicated to Navy, went full fire ships, got an initial hit in. GamesGod then switched over to demo rafts, but because he had a numbers disadvantage, he was never able to gain the ground back. He was only ever able to just keep the difference steady, because he wasn't taking efficient kills with them. And with that, and a bit of boarding as well, SilverTongue showed that it can win on water, dominate that way, and then eventually chip away on land. So really good adaptation there, Rorik. And that has kept SilverTongue... yeah, glad that is working. I was going to say, and it's kept you in the game. So, crazy eco here. But no, it was, yeah, solid actually. I would be scared facing that. So, our final game of this set is Baltic 3v3. Neither scripter chose this. We'll see how they do. We need to roll for GamesGod civs. So let's go ahead and do that. So it's a 3v3. Let's go. Japanese on Baltic. I like it. Dravidians as well. Decent. I just needed to roll civs that have no dock available. Well, the Dravidians are not going to help with that because they get the extra wood bonus as well when they level up or when they age up. So Sicilians. Ooh, I don't know if Sicilians is a pick I would go for Baltic. He might build donjons. Be interesting to see what happens there. Let's go ahead and set this game up. And you know what? Out of curiosity, I am going to save this game. I'll go ahead and save that. because I am intrigued to see what happens at the end, whether they do just stay there forever. And I'll post it on the in the Discord. So that is saved. Let's move that away so you don't see any recordings, that kind of thing. So we want Baltic. We want 3v3, so that's a normal map. 6 players. I'm going to change that to SilverTongue. I remember we had Dravidians as pocket. What else did we have there? We had Japanese and Sicilians. Meanwhile, and I can't believe this has gone to the last game. This is great. Picks from Warwick. Possibly not expecting to have to use these. We don't know. First, we have Bohemians. Now, this isn't Vagabond, so I'm not expecting a Hussite wagon spam, but I would love to see it here. Spanish. So we're not going to expect archers, I don't think. And Portuguese. Faster researching text, that means faster aging up. Also, I think great for gold, right? So you've got Spanish gold resources there. You've got Portuguese, which could do Feitorías, but also, if you're going organ guns or something like that, I guess. We'll see. We might see the traditional archers on the flank, cavalry as pocket. Let's see. Let's get our capture age window open. Oh, that didn't click. Let's try that again. There we go. And their names are mostly correct. Let's go ahead and change that. And a reminder here, the winner of this game will win the set. So the loser here will get eliminated of this this game. The winner goes on to fight the winner between Brightspark and Naga. So I'd say a tough fight for both of these AIs. We've also seen, though, how unpredictable these maps can be. Yes, of course. And then the winner, even if they lose the semi-final, will be facing the loser of the other semi-final between Illuminati and Definitive Edition AI. I don't know if that fills anyone with much more hope. I don't. I also don't want to fight either of those. But we'll see. Also, you will have a chance for updates before the semi-finals. So that's just something to keep in mind as well. I can tell you, I've already put it in the calendar. The deadline for any updates ahead of the semi-final will be the end of Friday this week. So it's only a couple of days. Semi-finals will happen this Saturday, in whatever shape or form that is. That does mean if Brightspark and Naga do not play today, it might be worth almost anticipating if you think you're going to win or not on adding that, on adding any updates. I'm actively working on Brightspark anyway, so I'll just add any bug fixes in as I go. But yeah, updates available until the very end of Friday. in this game, we've got... Normally, scouting's a bit of an issue on Baltic. There can be a bit of awkwardness. Not as bad as it is on Rivers, because you can find things on the opposite side. But here, we've got a couple of sheep missing here from GamesGod. But other than that, relatively okay. We've got deer that's been found. I think sheep have been found by yellow. That makes up the ones he didn't find. So red is going to be lacking some sheep. Red is the flank. That could be a problem for the Japanese. And we have our first donjon. Now, I don't know if that was planned. I don't think that was planned by GamesGod. I think he probably had that script in before, and donjons have now been changed so that they can be built in Dark Age. So that may have done, on both sides actually, may have done SilverTongue a favour. Is he missing any resources? One sheep. Oh, he has clicked up though. So he has got a building. So he might make sergeants or spears very quickly. It'll be interesting to see if he's also fixed the issue where sergeants or spears with a different unit ID compared to the barracks ones and the castle ones, and whether they get produced or not. All the GamesGods are going up. I don't think SilverTongue's missed anything here. He's got the deer. Oh, he's missing a couple of sheep. There we go. Oh, I like this gold camp. Very nice. Well done, SilverTongue's most satisfying mining camp of the day. Nothing missed here. 5 gold stars there for green. And I think same for blue. The feudal ages are coming in for GamesGod, but GamesGod is going for fishing ships and a galley. Now, previously, SilverTongue fully committed to land when he was on Baltic, and it worked out for him. Against Toby's AIs, it was solid. So, are we going to see the same again? Do we have any docks? Or maybe his build is just for Team Islands. In which case, I think committing to land is probably the way to go. Yellow also going for a galley. Again, building these towers behind the docks, which is all really nice, but this is using up a lot of resources that would help GamesGod kind of finding its feet in feudal age. He's got no military buildings yet, as far as I can see, other than a barracks. So he's going men at arms. We don't have anything other than a barracks here. We've got a blacksmith, and I don't think we do here either. We're just getting a barracks here. We've got the donjon, but as I feared, he's not producing anything from it. He's not fixed that bug. Yeah, 1 fishing ship each is not worth it. And we've got a straightforward build from SilverTongue. Archers, archers. Probably going to go Castle Age here and go into Knights. We're already on a good track for it. We've got a few men up, a few militia. There they are. They're just standing there for now. So this is the worry here. So we've got villagers walking all the way out to gather resources. Somewhat the same for SilverTongue, but it's not as bad. But this is all walking time for GamesGod. This is all impacting his eco. Here's an aggressive mining camp. Yeah, he might regret that. Fire ships for GamesGod. We've got a flare. SilverTongue's moving out. Eco Pop and Military Pop in favour of SilverTongue. Will they get distracted by the Navy? Aggressive Vills. Probably I had noticed that Naga's quite aggressive with its Vills these days. They will defend their land with a bit of a punch-up. They do get distracted by the Navy, so actually, Navy here, helping out GamesGod. Galley, I think, having the reach. And we have our first Castle Age. Click. What's going on with Green? Green has the resources. We've got a blacksmith. It is lacking. It's built another mill. I think it's built another mill instead of a market, perhaps. I'm looking around for it. Mill and farms. Slight issue here with green. So actually, yellow here is going to be the first pocket, but again, a lot of walking time for its fills. It's getting a load of stone here. I would say saving for a castle, but this is GamesGod. GamesGod will be saving for towers, no doubt. Archers versus militia. Archers will take that. Red is off gold. Does research men at arms. Green has switched strat. It has got the stable, so it has got the buildings now for Castle Age. It does click it there. It's making scouts. Certainly I push Naga to be more aggressive with its fills. I know, that Odette's terrible. Really annoying when those skirms get into your base. So these archers are being kept at bay by the fire ships and galleys. But all of these are now clicked up to castle. Crossbows should do a decent job against these. GamesGod won't have a chance to upgrade. Really unfortunate that this donjon's not being used. It's effectively just a tower at this stage. Milling the water. Price Spark does this as well. Thank you, just receiving a delivery of tea, which is wonderful. Caffeine will get us through. At bay. Not intended, but there we are. This archery range might go down. Military very much in favour of GamesGod, but most of that is Navy. So GamesGod is just going to be really annoying on the water here. This is a lot more aggressive, I think, than Soldier and the King were on water. But this castle will help. Castles here on the water also helping. I don't know why green was flaring itself. Maybe it's defending. I like that he hasn't cancelled the castle. I think it's so easy for this strategic number to be forgotten, and this castle goes down. Very obviously it's going to go up. Might lose a couple of vills, but force it up, and these ships will get destroyed. The mill went down, soundless. But we have knights being made. We do have Hussite wagon. Warwick made my day. Here is me thinking this is just going to be an archer rush. But we do get gunpowder. A double gunpowder. We have organ guns as well. What a day. The Return of the King. Hussite wagons are ridiculous. They will push back the navy. They will push back any military that GamesGod sends at this stage. Look at it. I mean, it's been repaired, but it will be there forever. Castle on the Water is amazing. GamesGod's not trying to evade it either. Military still in favour of GamesGod, but SilverTongue is catching up now. He's finding his groove. And these are unique units that are being produced. Knights are moving out. Hussite wagons moving out. They're just trying to mine gold up front. That's not going to work out. These need to stay grouped together. They can't be distracted by the navy. They need to attack the land. Chemistry. Chemistry before elite skirm. Great. Are we going to see hand cannon here? If we've got chemistry, I suppose we could. Doesn't make sense against skirms, I suppose. Cyan moving out. More donjons. Nothing being produced from them. But they will be used as towers. Yellow coming in to defend here as well. So the navy coming through, and SilverTongue's overtaken in terms of military advantage. Green moving out again. Wow, so many donjons. Even if GamesGod could produce out of them, it doesn't have the resources. So I don't feel like it's a massive, massive loss there for him. It just would have helped in the early rush. And SilverTongue may dodge towers, but it does not dodge donjons. So we are going to see these organ guns will get whittled down, I think. But it also means we're going to see these knights dive under here, which I think is great. Attack the military. Attack the vills. Or just go straight for the dungeon. That's fine too. Goodbye, Mike. Fight over here is still happening. Hussite wagons are taking on the entire navy, as you do. Heated shots with the castle as well. Excellent. Well, the donjon is looking pretty done. They get distracted by the vills that are fleeing them. Villager count very much in favour of GamesGod. So, again, the pocket is booming. It's done this in previous games, but I think the attack from SilverTongue is stronger here. They need to stop getting distracted by the navy, but an imp. No messing around here from SilverTongue. And the Hussite wagons not bothering to dodge the towers. I really like that, actually. They can take the hits. They can't take the fire ships, but they can take the hits there. But yes, SilverTongue going Imperial Age. SilverTongue says, I'm not hanging around in Castle Age this time. I want to get through to the semi-finals. But we know GamesGod can hold 1,000,000 towers, or donjons in this case. SilverTongue's not afraid of them, as it has been in previous games. But those towers have held before. Only one trade cart from GamesGod this time. I feel like on this map, GamesGod's got a lot more things distracting it from its initial strategy. Normally it has trade carts which it's wasting its resources on, but the fact it's got the navy as well, I think really hurts it. Oh, but the DUC... I love that all of these crossbows are still not getting this Hussite wagon down. It's just one Hussite wagon. Just like, yeah. I can take on an army of crossbows. I might call in reinforcements, we'll see. More skirms, more knights, more Hussite wagons. We do have... Oh no, okay, it was a converted unit. I thought I saw blue then with navy. I thought he might have built a dock. GamesGod still with the military lead here, most of it navy. Hussite wagons retreating somewhat. I don't think this is a... Ooh. Okay, that's why it's retreating. And it doesn't get stopped. We have Trebs coming. We have Trebs coming from green. Cyan is going to imp. GamesGod. Absolute mad lad. Just towering the base here. These are still holding both green and cyan. GamesGod has boomed behind all of this. So actually, although he's been using his resources, what I would argue, quite inefficiently, those distractions are also distracting SilverTongue. SilverTongue's not getting in the damage that you might expect from the units that he has. A ram. A ram? Okay, so ram is approaching purple's base. Looks like that one is getting a fair bit done, but he's being attacked by pikes. So that's done enough damage onto the battering ram to release those units. Does he get saved in time? Ah, the villager's down, so I don't think he does. 3 trebs from green. No navy. We've got castles on the edge here, so again, if any of these ships get kind of lured over here like they're about to now, we should see them get shot down quite quickly, particularly with heated shot being researched. Blue stopped with the Hussite wagons. Oh, I hadn't noticed. Yellow's gone imp. And has Arbalest. GamesGod is holding again. Refusing to die. Ships here distracting the skirms, but they're moving inland, which is good. These elite skirms should take down these. Military count evening out. I don't think this castle goes up, but if it did, it would be great. SilverTongue producing more TCs to get a bit of an eco boost here. We have light cav in the base. We got a load of panic spears being made by SilverTongue, which is the right call. Panic anything, really. Chemistry is going to help take down these Arbalests from the TC fire. We got a castle nearby as well, which they might wander in range to. And blue's not too hurt at this stage. It's lost a few vills. But we've got siege coming in. Green's not helping yet. I don't know if blue's asking for help. But this TC will hold for a bit. Yellow also going for heated shots, just in case this enemy has decided to also go navy. So these donjons are distracting over here. We've got no siege for Cyan. Cyan's the one that really needs siege. How are we doing for trebuchets? They are sat there at the moment. Again, this castle would be amazing, but there's no way that castle goes up. No, there we go. Further back. This is good to fortify blue. Blue's already got a TC over here. So this at least limits the damage to this side of the base. Red's coming in too. Red is also going imp. Green and blue need to get a move on here. Donjons are being... Sergeants being produced, I think, from the castle. Yeah, I think it's coming from the castle there. Cavalier will help. Hussite wagons. We need a few more numbers here, but it's a good answer to this. And how is GamesGod doing this again? How is he putting up a fight with this? Just towers. Military is level, but blue is in trouble. Blue is in big trouble. Cavaliers diving in. The fact they're diving under the towers is really good. We need more Cavalier over here. Again, the damage is limited to this side, but I think SilverTongue needs to delete its farms over here so the villagers move over. How close is purple to Imperial? It's not at all. So we've got 3 Imperial Age versus 2. Blue's very much intending to rebuild. It's got the res for it. Oh, and the Cav Archers are not firing again. So that kind of reduces the military count a little bit. TC goes down. Cavalier diving under here. We do see purple Viln counts dropping. Paladin coming in for green. This is what SilverTongue needs. Siege Elephant soaking up the damage there. Scorpion should go down quick. But there's a slow push going on from here. No help from allies for SilverTongue. Still pushing. If green commits to Paladin, if it builds more stables and just uses up this res, then green wins this. You mop up purple really quickly. You push towards yellow while its army's out. Military count for GamesGod is reducing. Purple struggling. It's still producing bills. It looks like green here stopped producing bills. I will say as well, GamesGod, it is sending siege forward. It has gotten a lot better dealing with castles. I remember back in the day in one of the arena tournaments, and I think we spent a good 40 minutes. It might have even been this matchup, SilverTongue versus GamesGod, where we saw GamesGod trying to take down a castle with an endless stream of skirmishers, and it just refused to make siege. You can very much see he's been working on it. You know, since then he's added DUC. He's done loads. Great to see him working on it, and I think GamesGod has really improved over, even over the last year. The push here, it's slow, but it's happening. Arumi Swordsman. They should go down pretty quickly, but while the great shot, while the elephant's soaking up the damage, I was going to say, then they will cause havoc. But again, blue is rebuilding this time. Great to see this. We've got 2 TCs, we've got enough food. Naga versus Bright Spark. I don't know about you, Pommy. I get a feeling that Naga versus Bright Spark is not going to be a 3-game set. I just have a strong feeling about it. And also one of those games is likely to be Michi. So, what? I mean, how long has this set been? 3 hours 40. If we assume Bright Spark, it won't. Yeah, it's not going to be a Theo in either direction, I don't think. I guess the question is, Pommy, how disappointed will you be if I do that set on Thursday? I can push to do it. I'll just be very sleepy in the morning. And I know it's later for you as well. The Paladins do come in. We've got 10 of them at the moment. Cyan switching into Arbalist. Away from Skirms. Purple, though, still holding with the Vil count. Still producing. Military count coming back for yellow. Another castle went down. These castles aren't being repaired, but they are being replaced. So SilverTongue is holding on this side. 18 Vils for blue. We did lose another TC, so it is just this one now. And I believe all the farms are still here, so we'll keep going back to those. Okay, let's do Bright Spark versus Naga on Thursday. I'll probably be a bit more refreshed to cover it. Appreciate the patience on that one. I do have the Civ picks as well. You did send them over, so thank you. We've got all that. It's all locked in. So Thursday we'll conclude Bright Spark versus Naga. I'm excited for that set. 2 Sable Paladin coming in now. We've got loads of resources. I feel like... How many Sables do we have? Yeah, if I'm SilverTongue. It is just the 2. More Stables, right. That's my only note for green here. Devotion. Oh man. Purple's holding this. The donjons are holding. We've got castles at the back. Green is changing direction though. Are they going to be able to push red back here? We've got paladins coming through. Again, targeting is a bit awkward. They're prioritising the cav archers. We have got skirm here as well. That should deal with... Skirms are going for the cavaliers. The paladins are going for the cav archers. This is the wrong way around. But we have more stables being built. He heard. Use up all this res. Stream those paladins in. Defend. Meanwhile, GamesGod is getting in his last upgrades. Purple hasn't got much of a military, but yellow and red. Holding trade has been disrupted. Blue isn't out, but he could rebuild, but he needs breathing space, and he doesn't have it at the moment. 3 stable paladin coming through. But look at this production here from GamesGod. 3 archery ranges, 4 barracks. Still Castle Age, by the way. 2 Cavalier. The Trebs are coming in. Another TC goes down for blue. Blue's going to ask for resources, I imagine. Green and Cyan are pushing over here. Man. Look at this trade here for GamesGod. Nice trade run. And Green slipping. TC's going down. It's built out the back, but it has no castles remaining. It's switching to light cav. And GamesGod, for the third time in this set, is coming back from the brink of death. With a navy opening, with few delays trade carts, but with those towers or donjons, has just been able to hold long enough. What a set this has been. I think Wattle said it earlier. I think this is I mean, we said it with Conqueror and Sun Tzu, but here as well, really balanced pair of AIs, really good sparring partners. Cyan just not able to get the push into purple. Gold running out for green. It is producing 3 paladins there for Mo, but it's staggered production at this point. Yeah, even Fatori is. I think if purple was taken out, then there's a chance. But purple's very much still in the game, still mass producing. Blue just unable to recover. Elite Arumi Swordsman is that now? Yeah. And I think with that I will speed it up. Oh, apparently I sped that up just in time because Blue resigned. Onagers now. GamesGod just being a cockroach in this set. Even in the games that SilverTongue won, GamesGod was still trying to rebuild. Team Islands, I'll rebuild in the middle of the map. And GamesGod takes a set 3-2. It did go to the last game, and Donjons were able to hold. Amazing work, both scripters. GamesGod for the resilience, SilverTongue for just the really tight builds in putting on that consistent pressure. Put on a really good show. And really well done with the adaptation as well for Rorik. Great to see SilverTongue playing on Team Islands. Great to see it win a game on Team Islands as well. Rorik says that GamesGod's wins that mattered were mostly on the back of breaking one of the flanks. Yeah, agreed. Yeah, really solid games, and yeah, it was just GamesGod just again, the flank that's taking longer to die and building backwards, I think, kept him in the game, just bought it time. Normally in a lot of AI sets, it one side doesn't hold and it doesn't matter, but in this case it made the difference. Long set, but really engaging set. I'm really glad it was a close last game as well. I unfortunate to see SilverTongue drop out at this stage, but really great to see you still working on it, Rorik. I hope you had fun with it, and look forward to seeing more what SilverTongue can do. I think it's just, again, getting better and better. We'll update our scores. And yes, we will pick up Brightspark versus Naga on Thursday. I'll get the time on that for a moment. I think it'll be the same time as it was today. But SilverTongue versus GamesGod. GamesGod surviving another round. It's their first second place win in a quarterfinal as well. So the winner of Brightspark versus Naga will face GamesGod to be a final semi-finalist. So looking forward to that. I know Promian Leaf sent me the civs now for Naga. I'm not going to read them until Thursday. I want to keep that a bit of a surprise, but it's going to be a fun set. I think some of the games could go either way. I don't think it's going to be a 3-0. I hope it isn't. But we will see. But I think, folks, I don't know about you, I'm shattered, so I'm going to call it there. Thank you for staying on for so long. Thank you for the games. Take care.